Okay, so I'm recording for YouTube. Is that all right?
Okay,
So
sir.
I need to put up a smile. I don't feel like smiling, but yeah. All right. I hope you're all doing well.
Yes, you are doing well, sir.
These are not normal times, right?
Yes, sir.
And I just don't know what to say. It's like I never thought that the semester will end this way with us on Zoom meeting. I didn't even know about Zoom meeting, but now everybody is talking about it.
Yeah.
And here we are. Who's the other guy? Joe, who's the third guy? What's your name again? I know you, but your name again, remind me.
Eduardo.
Eduardo, you have is it Portuguese or Brazilian name?
Portuguese.
Portuguese name, yeah. But are you a Portuguese? Anyway.
No, sir.
Yeah, but Eduardo, I haven't seen you here before. Why?
Sir, having a little bit issues.
You're having some issues. Okay, no problem. Don't worry. Everything will be fine, all right?
Okay, sir.
Where is Joe? Joe doesn't want to appear this time. Why?
I said, yes, my location. That's why.
It's not looking nice, eh?
Yeah, yes. I'm not at home, so it's quite.
So you don't want us to look at where you are. Don't worry. Don't worry. Yeah, okay. Okay. So let's carry on. After this lecture, we are going to have a tutorial, and it's very important to understand the practicals. When it comes to any course, the practical is very important. Is that okay? Is a practical that brings the actual understanding. Now you see that, oh, I really get it. This is what he's talking about. So don't miss it. This one, I think now we have to do our lectures on Monday instead of doing it on, because I realize that Friday, I always miss Friday.
Yeah.
I mistake Friday for Thursday, that kind of thing. I don't know what is going on. Because now Sunday, we don't have church, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, okay, we'll do it on Friday or on Monday. Are you all good with that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Also, I want to do a quiz for you online. So when it's set up, I'll let you know.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you just go there and do it. I mean, I won't make it too rigid in case you don't have data. Network is not good, so I'll make it flexible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Any lecturer who does this for you, he wishes you well. He wants you to do well. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
And normally they want you to pass. That's why any lecturer who gives you a lot of work, that's what I want you to know that I'm not punishing. Anyway, so now let's talk about today's one and say goodbye. Then we'll continue with the practical. But the practical require all of you to have QGIS. This is not the first time I'm talking about it.
Yes.
So I'm showing you for the last time. This is how it looks like. So if you look on your screen, you can see this interface, yeah?
Yeah.
See, I'm pulling down some menus. When you install it, this is how it should look like. And when we are finally done, you know, let me just say, when we start interacting with it, we'll be seeing an interface, something looking something like what you are seeing right now, like some kind of map. You can see Burkina Faso. Like that is what GIS is all about. It's about places. It's about things that happen there. Are you okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes,
So you see these dots and all that. So, but we want to just interact with this software. There's more that I do with this software than I'm teaching you. So I want you to know that the benefit of what I'm teaching you is to get to know what is happening around. Are you okay? Like for example, COVID has come. Does it care that you're a builder?
No.
Does the coronavirus care that you're a builder? It doesn't, right?
No.
But then now we are all interested in viruses all of a sudden, isn't it? Why don't you say that? Oh, me, I'm a builder, so like some mechanic told me. A mechanic told me that he thinks that as for fitter for that they cannot get the disease or any fitter who is sick before. That's what he told. Okay, that's really interesting. You know, so please install the software before our next lecture so that we can do a tutorial. Like I will tell you to click here, and the data has been uploaded on the CAF website. Okay, have you all gone to the e-learning site?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what did you see when you went there? Did you see my course?
Uh,
Did you see anything?
yes, we saw your course.
What did you
But
see the materials there?
the last time I checked, the last time I went there, there was no material there. It was just one. So it looks like I've not gone there recently.
In a while, you haven't been there. Okay,
Yes.
all right. So what you want to do is that you want to go there and then look out for this one. What you can you see my screen? Have you seen it on the screen now? That
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
so go look for it. You see that I will set up a quiz like this. You click on it and you do it. That is
Okay.
supposed to be a PowerPoint presentation, one of the lectures that I did. So, but I'll work on it so that I'll put more stuff on it. I
Okay.
think I put some data there as well, but I don't know why I'm not seeing it now. But yes, you should know that I'll be putting all the stuff that you need, everything that we need will be here
Okay, sir.
Yes.
instead of the Francis.yola site website that I gave you. All right.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, great. So let's talk about geocoding and so that um, Joshua can go and do whatever he's doing. I suspect he's in a farm somewhere trying to harvest some palm nuts.
Yeah.
That's the one. I'll get to find out. All right, so let's look at geocoding. Geocoding is very easy. In fact, geocoding is made up of two words. Excuse me. Geo and then coding. Is that okay?
Yes.
Geo and then coding. You know about it, but when we talk about it, then you appreciate what it means. Is all right. Geo means geography, more or less, a place. Are you okay? A location. And then code, to code something is to hide it. Are you okay? So coding, when we code, it means that we know what it is. When someone says he's using a code, it means that he's trying to hide the actual thing. Are you okay?
Yeah.
All right. So you all know what code is, right? When someone says
Yes,
that
sir.
he's coded something, I'm going to my phone is locked, so I'm going to decode it. You know,
To code, yeah.
yeah, and things like that. It means that there's something that someone is disturbing with a lot of WhatsApp messages. Okay. So excuse me, dry throat, but I'm fine. So geocoding is about trying to hide the location on the surface of the earth in a certain way. Are you okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Eduardo, is it Eduardo,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, sir.
Eduardo, have you
Sir.
watched Prison Break before?
Yes, sir.
You watched Prison Break. Do you realize that there was some code that went in this season 4?
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you see they wrote a set of things, numbers and characters. So X,
Yes, sir.
Y, and then they will look at
Why?
that and see
Yeah.
that, okay, the X means they are going to some, like there's a meaning to a code. Are you okay? You can always,
Yes, sir.
decipher a code and find out exactly what it means.
What is?
All right. So when we hide the location in a code, we call that process geocoding. But let me tell you what we actually saying. The long and short of what I'm saying is this: that if I want to know where you are, the best way to know where you are is to know your coordinates. Are you okay? Your geographical
Okay.
coordinates. In other words, when I get to know your GPS coordinates, that is the most accurate way of finding where you are. That is why the Uber driver can come to your house. When you use Uber, it connects with your GPS. Do you use Uber?
Yes, sir.
Josh, do you use
Yes,
Uber?
yes, yes, sir.
So you realize that that location that is being sent is actually the actual location. Are you with me?
Yes,
Now
sir.
with geocoding, we want to hide the longitudes and latitudes, which are supplied by the GPS. Are you okay? So GPS
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
actually gives you what? Longitudes and latitude. See, global positioning systems, whether it's on your phone, okay, I have GPS on this, or Some computers have it. They have GPS installed in it. Whether they are in your car, they are only generating or computing your location. Are you with me?
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Yeah.
So to geocode is to now find a way to hide that longitude and latitude information. Are we good?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
All right. So if I geocode, then it means that I'm trying to say that I can just mention a word and it will tell you what my location is. Let me give you an example. An example is the word Accra.
Yeah.
So when I say Accra, and then you are in Malaysia, and you know what Accra is, where Accra is, or you're Ghanaian and you're in Malaysia, and someone says Accra, what comes into your mind?
Yeah. Charlie.
When you try, let's assume you've traveled to Malaysia. Is that okay?
Yes,
And
sir.
Okay.
and then you met someone, a Malaysian, who actually said that, hey, do you know? He mentions the word Accra. What comes into your mind? You are in Malaysia. Think about it, or maybe you are in the US. Let's not think about Malaysia. I don't know why I even mentioned Malaysia. And the person mentions Accra. What will come into your mind immediately? Okay, the person
Africa.
mentions the word Kotoka. You don't say Kotoka and then you are abroad. What comes into your mind?
It's located at Accra.
Because you haven't traveled before, you don't know how to think. You don't know how it feels when someone mentions the word. Okay, if someone, at the moment, where are you now, Joshua?
I mean, Wa.
Wow, thank you. Now you see, we are getting to know where you are, isn't it? Okay.
Yeah.
Immediately you mention Wa, I have an idea where you are. Are you with me?
Yes.
But
Sir.
it's not that accurate. In other
Yeah.
words, the word is actually, it has a word, a location associated with it. So that if the police say that there's someone at Wa right now named Joshua that we need to pursue, it's a location, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
All right. So in the same way, if you have a computer system that could just tell you exactly where a place is based on a name, an address, then we are doing geocoding. Are you with me? I'm trying to talk to you
Yes, sir.
in the simplest term to explain to you what geocoding is about. Are you okay? Right.
I
So
Yes, sir.
Wa,
733
Kotoka, all those things are actually what
7159
address element. Joshua, you don't want to do what you are doing. Mute your mic before you do that.
032.
Something we are recording for YouTube, and now you are talking. Let me just mute you. Senior Joe, you've been muted. All right. So now, Eduardo, you can talk. He's not disciplined.
Oh,
I'll bring him back if he promises to be. Okay.
okay, sir.
So you can see that Accra, Kotokawa, all these places are there. They are areas. Are you okay?
Yes, sir.
They are all areas. And but there's a better way to know where he is in Wa, where Joshua is in Wa. We can use, so we are talking about addresses here. Addresses hide location. So instead of him saying Wa, he can just say I'm at Fanofa Street.
Okay.
All right, now when he says he's at Fanofa Street, that is quite precise, isn't it? Like someone saying I'm at Ring Road, right?
Yes, sir.
It Ring Road. Do you know who knows Ring Road? Where Ring Road is? Joshua, don't talk again. Is that okay?
So sorry, Prince just called me. He wanted the ID and the password. So
As
I
for
was
Prince,
just
I don't think I'm tolerating that. This is still a lecture. According to the Minister of Education, online lectures are now okay. Is all right. So this is a lecture. You don't have to take it for granted. And
said
then,
he doesn't have a phone, oh, that's why. So he's using someone's phone.
oh, okay.
So
So
he
he's
called me with a different line
okay.
so
So
that I can mention the ID, and he's not on the,
so
he
he's
doesn't have
it's
access to
okay. It's
WhatsApp.
okay. It's okay. Don't get mad.
Yeah.
All right, I understand. It's the circumstance, isn't it?
Yeah.
The circumstance. It's sad, isn't it? He's a poor boy. Okay. No, let's have a laugh. Yeah. So if he joins us, I'll add him on. So okay, ask questions. Let's see if Josh Prince can join us. Ask questions, see if you understand what I'm talking about. Ask me questions, otherwise I'll ask you a question. I think Prince just joined us. So I want all of you, Joshua and Eduardo, welcome Prince. And I want you to give Prince an overview of what I've said so far. What do you think I've been talking about? I want you to describe. So Eduardo or Joshua, any of you can brief Prince. He's still not joined, so let's wait a bit. But you are going to, when he joins, you are going to tell him, Prince, are you there? Okay, I think he's still trying. You are going to tell him about what you think I'm talking about in terms of geocoding. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
So far, what I've said as part of the
Yes, sir.
introduction. Yeah, he's still trying to join. But what I'm trying to say is that anytime that you tell people your address, you have actually given them a location information, but it may not be accurate. If someone says that, hey, someone steals your phone, yeah, and you call the person saying, come to Circle and come and collect it. You know what I'm saying? Circle is
Yes, sir.
big. If a Circle it's easier to find someone at Circle. Yeah, Circle. But if the person says, come to Accra, he hasn't
Accra,
said
yeah.
anything. Okay. So it means that his location is not accurate. Are you okay? Prince is still okay. Let me unmute him. I think Prince is here now. So I hope you guys are ready. Eduardo and Joshua.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Prince, how are you?
Sir, fine, thank you, sir.
Okay, so Eduardo and Joshua are going to help you. We're going to give you a round, explain to you the understanding of what I've been talking about. Is that okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, so any of you can start, Eduardo or Joshua.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. This is Eduardo.
Okay, Eduardo,
Yes, boss.
explain to Prince
Yes,
what
boss.
the topic is about.
Prince, today's topic is about geocoding. And first, say explain to us about geo means a location, and coding means like trying to hide the longitude and latitude of a location. So let's say he gave
He said longitude and latitude of. Hello.
Prince, allow him to explain. It's not like
No, sir, I didn't. The audio wasn't clear. That's why I'm asking.
okay. Eduardo, go over it. Please. Say it again, Eduardo.
Prince, today we were talking about geocoding. Hello.
Yeah, hello, yes.
Yeah, and so I said geo means a location of a place, and coding means trying to hide the longitude and latitude of a place. And he gave an example of, let's say, if you are in Malaysia and someone mentions to you about maybe Accra, before you can get to know the location. Hello.
Yeah, yes, I'm listening.
Yeah, so the whole topic is about trying to find a location of a place. Let's say before you can find the location of a place, you need to know the address. Let's say if the person gives you a street number of the place, you'll be able to determine the place, the right place the person is.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I
Okay.
think someone can help me from there.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah.
This is Joshua.
Yeah, Joshua, go ahead.
Yeah. What I understand, I think Eduardo has said quite a lot. But I would say that geocoding is the process of taking text inputs. Example of such is addresses and names of places, and trying to convert them into geographic coordinates.
Exactly.
And you made an example like when you just asked me where I was right now, and I said Wa. And so when I say Wa, it means that we all have a fair idea of where Wa is. Yeah, we've all heard Wa, but where is the actual place? that is what we don't know. So it's a way of converting the address I've given you, which is WA, into a geographic coordinate, so we can get the actual place.
I think I understand Joshua very well. And I think you also understood what he said. I hope you get it, right?
Yes.
Very simple,
Yes.
isn't it? Yes.
Yes.
It's not complicated at all. So geocoding, let me see if I can get you a definition for my material here. Geocoding is actually trying to extract geographic coordinates, associate geographic coordinates with address elements. It's a process of associating geographic coordinates with address elements. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, so that's like a definition of geocoding if you really want one. Is that okay? All right,
Yes,
so there are 3 ways of doing geocoding. You can geocode by street address, okay? Or you can
Yes, sir.
geocode by postal code, or you can geocode by boundary. Are you okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. So geocoding comes in several forms. The street address is where I give you the Fanofa Street, Ring Road, Estate. You know, we talk about, as a country, we've been talking about street naming, right?
Yes.
The idea of street naming is what I'm teaching you, that we need to name our street so that people can we can get to know where people are. It has its pluses and it has its minuses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? Because if someone gets to know where you are, you know what it means, right? It means they can always come and kill you. I mean, in quotes, they know where you are means your cover is blown. Are you okay?
Yes, sir.
If you had not told us that you were at Wa, we wouldn't even know that you were there.
Yes.
Yeah, and if Wa didn't have a name, you just tell us that I'm in the bush. I'm in the bush, yeah, and I'm in the bush, yeah. It's generic, and you have to accept that, you know. So street address will bring you to the street. But even then, remember that in a particular town, there can be 2 streets with the same name. Is that all right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Friends,
sir.
are you following?
Yes,
All right.
sir.
So you can have same street names, but then the only thing that makes the difference is the town. So we talk about Prince Street. Then we have one Prince Street in Kumasi, one Prince Street in Accra. One, we know that the person is saying they are in Wa. Are you okay? So,
Okay, sir.
I mean, the person said they are in Kumasi. So the Prince Street they are referring to is in what? Kumasi, and not the one in Accra. So it's like, it's easy to, you know, narrow it down. But as opposed to the town name, but even then, Koforidua, how many of you know that we have so many Koforidua like in Ghana?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have Koforidua in Kumasi, a place called Koforidua. In the Koforidua itself is there. Do you have any examples of town names? So that one is decoding by boundary. Is that okay? It's not very accurate. Someone says that they live in Accra. In fact, I've only heard of Accra. Accra is the only city I know that's called Accra. Anyway, so. But when you geocode by boundary, I'm just going to show you an example. When we go to Google Maps, so you see Google Maps, I can just type in Kokomlimle, all right?
Yeah.
Now, nearly I type in Kokomlimle, you see that the area called Kokomlimle is now highlighted. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So what I've done is that I have more or less geocoded this test, this input test here. So this interface called Google Map is really it's GIS on the web. This is web GIS. This is what we call web GIS. Are you okay? All right.
Yeah.
So Kokomlemle now is a big area. If someone is hiding here, how do we know where the person is? Are you with me? Let me turn on the satellite layer. We've learned about layers. Now you can see that under it, you can see build, just a person can really be anywhere. But just that, of course, it means you can now maybe, if you are really searching for a criminal, then the area you are looking for the person is now limited, isn't it? Now you have closed in a bit. Are you with me? Or if it is coronavirus that you are trying to track and manage, you know, God forbid, then in that case, you are close enough within the boundary. Are you okay? All right, so that is it for the geocoding by boundaries. You can see clearly there's a boundary. When you say Kokomle, it's a boundary. Let's try Accra. Okay, so maps.google.com. That's where I went to. Let's try to geocode Accra. So you see that Accra is really too big to look for anything. It's like looking for a needle in a haystack. Yeah? You can see clearly that Accra is a boundary. So this is, I'm geocoding by what? A boundary. Now what is really happening is that there is data in tables. Are you okay? Behind this whole interface that you're looking at, there is data. There is a table. And in that table, we are trying to now associate, we have a list of, say, cities or towns, and then their longitude and latitude or geographical location. Okay, so once the person type in the Accra, then we go into that table, the software, the algorithm goes into the table and start doing what we call the address matching. I hope you are making notes.
Yes, sir.
Or Joshua is still trying to harvest that palm notes.
Oh no.
I know you are not. I know you are trying to get some money, but make sure you send me some mobile money. Okay. All right. So now, I'm kidding. This is geocoding by boundary. Very easy, very simple. It's all right. Now, what is geocoding by postal code? Geocoding by postal code is what our government is trying to do, or our governments have tried to do in the past, where we try to, well, no, I don't think. For the first time, we have what we call the Ghana Post GPS.
Yeah.
So the Ghana Post GPS is a typical example of address. I mean, decoding by postal code. Again.
Yeah.
Yes. So my Ghana Post GPS address is GM-022-9494. I put this in my head because I had to collect it too many times, and I decided that I have to chew this. I have to memorize it. Is that all right?
Yes, sir.
So now, what does this mean? Yeah. Anytime I ask the question, what does this mean? It always reminds me of Didi. Didi is a cartoon character in Dexter's Laboratory. If you like cartoons, you can associate with what I'm talking about. And then she always go into Dexter's Laboratory, and then he will just say, "What does this button do?" Is that okay? All right. But I'm not talking about Didi the cartoon. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Talking about what is this? When we say postal code, yeah, it's a geocoding method in which you want to actually associate smaller spatial units with a code. In other words, GM0229494 is a small box. According to the principles by which the Ghana Post GPS works, your Ghana Post GPS code is not really that precise. Anyway, if you look at the way it works, but then it still points you to, are you okay?
Yes, sir.
A certain general place. Is all right. Okay, because we are online, I can almost show you how it works, but let's carry on. So this was borrowed from some of the advanced countries like Britain and some of these European countries, advanced nations where advanced economies, where they needed to send a letter, your letter. Remember the times where we used to write letters, right? Write a letter to someone, your uncle in Finland, isn't it? Or your uncle in the US, and say that, "Uncle, I need you to buy me what? Something when you are coming." And you write the letter and you seal it. Most of you, I don't know, I don't think you can relate. Can you? You can't relate to write your letters. Yeah, but there used to be a time like that where you write letters and then you seal it and then you send it, put in a post office. But now, because of technology, we can all, seamlessly communicate. Are you okay?
Yes, sir.
So what the post office did was that they used the postal code to actually find you to send the to actually sort the letters. Is that okay?
Yeah.
In order to know that which letters are going where, which car should take them there into the area. Are you okay? So they divided areas with codes. So for example, SE19 is a typical postal code. In fact, this part of the address is called the forward sortation area. Are you okay?
Yeah.
So this one gave them, mute your mic when you realize there's noise where you are, please. People can shout, even in these COVID times, people are still shouting. Anyway, so Josh, mute your mic if you realize there's noise where you are. Yeah. So SC19 now is the forward sortation area. It's a bigger area where they took all the letters, say, coming to Medina. Are you okay? There. So SC19 could represent a particular bigger, a broader area. And the 9UX, you bring you closer to a smaller spatial area, smaller area within the bigger area. Are you okay? Right. So that was the idea. This is how the post office sorted their letters. You understand? The word is sort. S-O-R-T. Are you okay? That's how they sorted their letters. So they wanted to just know that, okay, all the letters going to this area, bag them this way, put them this way. So the people get paid for doing that anyway. So geocoding by postal code means that we have to keep this data in the table and then match it with longitude and latitude. Are you okay? This is it.
Yeah.
So geocoding is not difficult at all. This is it. All right. There's supposed to be what we call a reference layer or something to keep the data. So everything that we are looking at in Google Map, there's a background data. Let me give you a typical street address. I'll use something not in Ghana so that the lecture is going to end in 5 minutes time or so. Is that okay? So please make sure you understand it. You see that it's taking me to a place, right? You see? So that is a street address. And there you are now getting what? A location, a particular house.
Yeah.
Can you see that, this one?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we can go there. In fact, this is the building there. If I know this place because I've lived there before. Are you okay? So I know. That's why I quickly typed it like that. Okay. So that is how this whole thing works. Please ask questions. The whole thing ends in 5 minutes. So 5 minutes of question time. You can go and read more about it. Is that okay? This is the table I'm talking about. You see these tables? The address is here. The longitudes are there. See? If I need to talk more about geocoding by street name, because if you want to give a street address,
Hello, sir.
the computer actually.
Hello, sir.
Yes, can you
Hello.
hear me? Yes. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, sir. So my internet was buffering, so I missed some part.
All right. But we have 5 minutes.
When you're talking about a building or something,
Talking about what?
a building or something like that.
Yeah, I was saying that geocoding by street name will take you to a particular specific location. Your street, the house number, and the street. Is that okay?
Yeah. Okay.
But so a house number and a street, there's a house there, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Exactly. And I'm also saying that when you look at this table that we are looking at, that is how behind the whole thing, behind the scene, this is what's happening. It's actually doing what we call the address matching. Are you okay? Making reference. Yeah. So when you type in something in Google, or when the Uber app asks you to say, where are you going to? And you type in something, and it is that thing you typed in there behind it in the software. This is what you see. Are you okay? All right. So geocoding by street name means that the software keeps track of the street. It is able to identify the streets first. Is that okay?
Yeah.
And then the house number there's an interpolation that is done to determine where exactly the house is based on interpolation. I hope you know some interpolation. Interpolation is finding a value between two values. Are you okay?
Yeah.
So the software acknowledges that the street starts from here, house number 1 to house number 24. So if someone says they live at house number 14, then it figures out that it's in the middle. Are you okay?
Okay.
Okay, so that is how geocoding by street name works. And the rest, the same principles are used. So in Ghana, all these Ghana Post GPS information data can help us to know exactly what is happening. We can do a lot of analysis. For example, COVID. Are you with me? We can, if people were able to provide their Ghana Post GPS coordinates, we could almost tell that, okay, it is more concentrated here than here. So this, it helps you to manage. Are you with me? Without the person recollecting their longitude and latitude. Because longitude and latitude, me, if you ask me where my longitude, what's my longitude latitude is here, I can't tell you. But I can tell you my Ghana Post GPS because it's easy to remember, isn't it? But even then, when you even think about it, it's not easy to remember. It's made up of 2 alphabets, and then we have numbers. And numbers is what people struggle with. Are you with me? Yeah. Okay, so any question, you have 2 minutes. Ask some questions and carry on, because you can see that here examples are being
So, yeah, hello, sir.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, like if you put in data, let's say you have a software, you put in a data, the data needs to be processed to, bring you a location using longitude and latitude. And so, with my small knowledge I have, I know longitude shows location, and latitude helps in showing time. No, sorry, longitude helps in showing time. Sorry.
Hold it.
Yeah.
Can we agree that we need to continue this lecture? Let's say I'm just going to end it, and then I'm going to start one in just 2 minutes, because the time is 1 minute. I think it's not, so that you can ask any question you want. Is that fair?
Okay. So we will come back.
Yeah, we have just 1 minute. So can we all? I'm putting a new link. Is that fair? Is that okay with you? So that you can ask questions about what I've talked about.
Okay.
Is that fine?
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
All right, so I'm putting a new link. So I'll look out for that one, and let's use that. Let me end this one now. Is that okay? All right.
Okay, sir.